Hi guys, my name is Jana, and today I want to make a simple heart. I did this little heart for the picture tutorial. It's pretty difficult to make. If you like it though, you can always go to the picture tutorial. I will put a link up for that and you can see if you can try that. But today I want to make a more simple heart for my beginners channel, and the heart that I chose for that is this one. I also want to show you that I did this in several different kind of colors. This still needs ear hook, but here's the one that I did completely in red. And I wanted to show you I did one in black and gold. I really like that one, it's really classy. And I did one completely black. I like this one actually the best. But for now, I'm going to make this one because I need two of all of them anyway. I just wanted to give you different ideas on how color combination could work. You will need Superduo beads, 14 to be exact, and you will need some seed beads size 8, some seed beads size 11, and I use 4 little round 2mm Swarovskis, but you can just use the seed beads in between there. I put them on the, let me show you. I put the little blingies on the side here, but here I just took the gold ones and completed it with that, so it doesn't really do it any harm. On the other hand, I kind of think this is really pretty to have that little blingy in there. So yeah, if you don't have them 2mm, not everybody has them in the house, then it's okay. Just where I use the 2mm, just add your 11-0 seed bead. You could use bead caps if you want to. I used a bead cap here, and I did not use any bead caps here, so that's also very optional, depending on how you like that. You need to put a ring, that's the first thing we're going to do, through your size 8 seed bead. Now the regular rings, the regular jump rings won't work, so what I do is I have extension cords, and they have like a little jump ring at the end of the extension cord. There's a little dangle there, and I always take that off because I'm going to put a Swarovski on there anyway at the end of an extension cord. So I'm taking that off, I'm taking off the heart, and I'm going to start by putting that on there. And if you want to use the extension cord like I did here, the best thing is of course to leave the extension cord on there while you're trying to do this. Now this is a little bit difficult to get it in there, but everything is possible. So I'm going to take that and put that in there and then close that up. So that's the best thing to do, so you don't, if you do it after your project is done, you might wind up breaking that bead, and you don't want to do that because then you have to start all over again. Close that up a little better. There. And we need about a little over half arm span wide of fire line, 0.06. So what we need is size 8 seed beads, Superduos, and they are only in one size. Can I use twin beads? Well, you can, but they're not the same quality. It's like the difference between Czech crystal and Swarovski crystal. So if you can afford them, just get the Superduos. If not, get the twin beads. And some size 11s, and an 8mm Swarovski bicone, and 2 6mm Swarovski bicones. And later on I'll be adding some silver seed beads. But first we're going to start off with the heart. Pick up a seed bead size 8, a Superduo, and another size 8, and another size 8. I think I'm just going to refer to this as big seed beads and small seed beads because that's going to be a little bit easier for me. My brain doesn't work so good early in the morning. Okay, so you got this on your thread, and what we're going to do now is pick up the other thread and cross that in that middle seed bead right there. And now we're going to check if that is exactly in the middle. So I'm holding on to both threads. I'm going to take that and pull that to the middle right there. And the one side that my needle is on, that's going to be my right side for starters. And let's pick up a super a big seed bead, a super, and a big seed bead. That's the first sequence. Then we're going to pick up a super, a small one, a super, a small one, a super, a small one, and a super. So that's my second sequence. And now I'm going to pick up a big one, a super, a big one, and another big one. And I'm going to pull that down a little bit, and I'm going to go through the big seed bead again, the Superduo, same hole, and I'm also going to go through the other two seed beads. So you just went around all the way. I'm going to pull that down, and then you got this. So I'm coming out of the middle right here, and on my needle I put a big seed bead, and I'm going into the next super, but into the other hole, like that. And this is easier if you just turn it around and work upwards. So now I'm taking my Swarovski 2mm, a big seed bead, and a Swarovski, but as I said, you can just use the small seed beads with the big one instead. I'm going into the next Superduo right here. Alright, and we're going to do that again. Swarovski, bead, Swarovski, and into the next one. And from here on, it's just going to be the big beads that's going in between them on the outside. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to go into the seed bead that's underneath it and into the first hole of the Superduo right there. And then you got one part of the heart. So now we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, and we're just going to turn that around so we work with our right hand. If you're left-sided, you would want to do it the other way around. Put that other thread on the needle right there. We're going to pick up a Superduo, a big bead, a Superduo, a big bead, a Superduo, and then 1, 2, 3, and that last one. And we're going to go into this big seed bead right here, pull that through, and then into the first hole, and that seed bead that comes after that, into the middle one, and now we're going to add that big seed bead right here, and then comes the Swarovski and the big bead and the Swarovski again right there. And now we're going to do that again. Swarovski, big seed bead, and Swarovski into the next one right there. And I'm just going to turn this around because it works easier. And now we're just adding the big seed beads in between. 1, 2, 2, and 3, and then into the one behind that and into the Superduo. And then we go in the other hole of the Superduo, and we're going to add 4 seed beads, size 11, to our needle, and we're going to go in there, and we're going to go up 2, in there, and we're going to go down and up again, and now we're going to add the seed bead with the little jump ring, and if your needle doesn't go in, like in my case, it doesn't, just get it off and do it by hand, because it will fit. There. Put that back on there. Go back up. Into the Superduo. Into the top hole of the Superduo. And just work that thread away right now. Going up, 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 up. Because you got to go there anyway. Through all the outside beads. And then we're going to take the other thread. And we're going down in the Superduo, down the 2 seed beads, and I bet this still won't fit. Nope, still won't fit, so you got to do it by hand if it doesn't. There. And pull that through. Now we're going to go up the 2 seed beads, and we're going to go into the top Superduo, and we're going to go up, and this one goes through the middle. Okay, so we got 1 thread that's on the outside, and we got 1 thread that's on the inside. So as long as we got the needle on here, let's just continue on the inside. Go around. And around. And there. Now let's go around here also. Going up into the middle. And going down again into the Superduo, and we're just going to go continue all the way around. And make sure you got them all and don't skip one by accident. There. There. Go down again into the Superduo. Up again. Into the middle once again, and just go around one more time to make it nice and stiff. Just do the same as you did on the previous round. So just go all the way around, and when you get back to the bottom you can cut off this thread because you went around 2 times, and it's in there pretty good, so don't really need to knot up the threads here. And you can go around a 3rd time if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go stick it up a couple of beads. And then cut it off. So I'm going to do the same with the outside, except for I'm going to add the little loop now for the ear hook. So going up and around, and into 2 seed beads. And I'm going to come up at 3 silver seed beads, and I'm doing this because if I add white ones here then I lose the shape of my heart. So I'm going to go around 4 times in these seed beads to make sure my loop is very tight, secure and strong. Good, because of the dangles that might be a little bit heavy. So that's 2 times. 3 times. And 1 more time. And then I'm just going to go around 2 times on the outside also before I cut off my thread. So you can pause me now until you've gone around 2 times. And then you can start me again and I'll show you how to add the dangles. Okay, now we're adding the little dangles. I already have a bail, so I don't need to put a seat bead on there. I'm going to put my 6 centimeters on there, and then I'm going to add that little seat bead just to protect my Swarovski. I'm going to turn that a quarter. I'm going to cut that off, and I do my loops in 2. So that's 1, 2, and I don't close it up all the way. It's a little open, and then I put it on my jump ring right there. And then I close that up all the way. Not overlapping it, that's not good. There. And now I'm going to take my 8 millimeters, and that had 5 seed beads on top of it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that 2, I'm going to turn a quarter, cut that off. 1, 2, and it's going to go right next to the other Swarovski, and then it's going to be closed up right there. And then you're just going to add your third, and you got that part done. There. And that just leaves us with adding our air hook. Okay, I'm going to pull these up, but I hold on to them, and that needs to be opened up like that. And then it's going to be a bit of a struggle to get that in, but it will work. I was able to do it before, so I should be able to do it again. Get that open a little bit more and get that on. I got that on. Close that up and push these down. And there you have it. 2 Valentine's earrings. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. So, I hope to see you guys next time. And I swear I will get to that Caprico bracelet as soon as I can, but I need size 8 seed beads. I thought I had enough, but obviously not, so I need to order those. And as soon as I get those, I will start at it. I already got plenty of seed beads to work with. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.